welcome everyone to the 6th episode of Never Split the Party. Don't go anywhere. You do not need to have seen episode 1 through 5. They were mostly garbage. It's fine. We are starting a new arc with this episode. We're going to be doing a fresh reintroduction to the characters. You could have picked up here and been totally fine. You missed how they got the ship. You missed a couple of character interactions. You missed how the party formed. You can catch up on that later. It is totally fine to start here. As a reminder to all of our viewers, we actually are not doing any Adventure Pass. You will never get any spoilers for Adventure Pass through watching Never Split the Party. It is all custom-created, homebrew, slightly lazy, slapdash-together content. I say that because two of the more popular podcasts that I've been listening to, Cosmic Crit and Rogue Exposure, they're doing the first AP, and I, would hate to be spoiled as a player, but also don't want to watch the same thing 3 times because they're already doing it pretty well. So, slightly different here. Let's see, what else do I have for this? We're going to start with announcements. I don't have anything beyond welcome, and stick around, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, chat with us. We have 2 resident chat monkeys. Please raise your hands or wave or whatever the hell you guys want to do. Nick and Chris.
I'm also waving.
Well, Patrick, stop waving.
He's that person you guys are going to be making fun of in the chat.
Since we were waving, do I have to cut that?
Wave. Unfortunately, I didn't think about this, but waving is our sign to cut this part out of the YouTube edit of the video. Of course, Nick doesn't actually edit our videos, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh!
We also don't post on our Apple podcasts.
Yeah, that's because I need some audio up on there, Mister. I won't say your last name. You have a period as your name. You're the only one with a period. Fix it.
I can't help when nature calls.
Patrick.
Right. Does anyone else have any other announcements?
Nope.
Okay, going with a negative because I don't like dead air, or you guys.
Ray believes that the Eyejammer is about to set sail.
A little too close to a D&D property that's actually pretty close to Starfinder, actually. They did a D&D in space called Starjammers.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, vetoed.
Oh, okay, so the kidney puncher then. Sorry.
I would actually accept the kidney puncher, but I'd be confused as to why the group agreed on it. We are attempting to suss out names for the ship that I gave them last episode, and it's going great. All right. I'm going to give you guys a recap of what happened up till now very briefly. And then we're going to go into the next bit. Introductions. Yes, thank you. First, let's do the recap. Yes? No? You know what? Screw it. Let's do introductions. So just say who you're playing and what their race and name is, please. And we'll go with Justin.
Hi, my name's Justin. I am playing Seeker, the android technomancer.
Michael.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Zero, and I'm an android operative.
Nick.
Hi, my name is Nick. I play Brawl, who is a Yosoki soldier.
Why? I hated that. I hated everything about that.
My name is Patrick. I am playing Reich. He is a Lashunta envoy who is very, very handsome.
For different reasons, I also hated all of that. Chris.
I'm Chris. I'm playing the Yosoki mechanic named Mila.
Right. My name is Dustin. I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd when people let me. And I am the GM and probably merciless TPKer of this ragtag group of adventurers who are going to name their ship something terrible and watch it get blown up next episode. That's a promise.
He is not very handsome.
No, I am bald and getting thick in the middle. Thanks, Coke.
Kidding?
Our own resident gigapody.
All right. So that's our character introduction. We are going to do a little bit more thorough intro of your characters this episode. I will explain that in a little bit. For a recap, we had everyone has a little bit of a backstory that's kind of slowly unfolding through their character introductions. We've recorded a couple of those. Those are going to be being released either piecemeal or as one nice edited like giant. It depends on how I like it.
Probably the first one.
We recorded all the character intros.
I've recorded 2 of the character intros, and technically I've recorded yours twice, Chris.
Yeah.
So we're definitely catching up with that, but that actually details the first interaction this party had as a group, but they were never a party. It's actually what got them expelled from the Pyramid Station Alpha Military Academy. Mentioned homebrew. Pyramid Station Alpha is a giant floating space station. It's 10 interconnected domes. It doesn't really look similar to Absalom Station, which is kind of a dome with some ancillary stuff. This is just domes floating in space, all connected by giant hallways. There's a military academy that's associated with it, part of a faction called the Border Space Union. Well, they got kicked out of it. Then they spent a month on the station, which is where we picked up our episode. So the character interrogations will go into a little bit of the backstory. Think crappy prequel style, like Star Wars, but worse. I know.
I don't know what
There
you're
wasn't
talking
any
about.
plot
Episode
race.
1 was great.
Oh God, I will kill Rye right now. It will happen.
I wouldn't do it.
I will strike him. I might reach through the screen and strike you. No.
What would we do if it weren't for the cinematic masterpiece of a character that is Jar Jar Binks?
I'm moving right past
Probably-
that.
Yeah, probably.
This month on
Right
the
there.
station ended up with where the show starts, and then we had a bit of a separation, but they did eventually slowly get together. For example, Zero and Brawl were working with sort of a criminal little underboss guy by the name of Dranar Half-Orc. And he gave them a task to go salvage a crashed ship that did so in rather exciting fashion during the end of the first episode. They were to go to a forbidden dome that has been locked down since an accident caused it to be mostly destroyed. So they were tasked to go there. Similarly, we had Seeker and Rye, who were tasked by a private detective to also go investigate the crash, as it was something that was seen across Pyramid Station Alpha. Miller, doing Miller things, went there strictly for salvage, and he was working with a group known as Sal's Super Salvage Supreme. I did not come up with that name.
Would you say episode 1 was Miller Light?
Episode 1
Ooh.
did not feature Miller because Chris was absent. Episode 2 featured a lot of Miller, and then we lost it. We're doing a recap for that one. Don't worry about it. Episode 3 is where everyone kind of gets into a bit of a gunfight, so that's fun to watch. And speaking of, everyone does eventually get to this Forbidden Dome. They get into a shootout between other groups of scavengers. They end up fleeing, but not before encountering a big bad bounty hunter named, I want to say Krellis, and I'm going to say,
Yep. You got
It's
it.
Krellis.
Boom.
You should know this.
I have I don't have enough windows for this nonsense.
You don't
They
have
fled.
excuses either.
They got into a bit of an altercation with some sort of military affiliated Vesk. They're not sure who it was affiliated with, but he was definitely a little military oriented. Let some things slip in the heat of combat, and then Miller aced him.
Right through the neck.
They met a robot named Rex, who was aboard the crashed ship, which was surprisingly pretty functional. After a brief altercation with Krellis, they did end up getting onto the ship and landed it in a dock on Engineering Dome 2 and Pyramid Station Alpha, which is where this episode picks off. Okay. Questions from the party to see if I missed anything super important, but if I did, go back and watch the episode.
I mean, you did miss Crunchy Crunch, which was a pretty
It's
big
true.
highlight.
God, I hate my friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crunch,
Let's
crunch,
just
cereal.
recap all of the quotes that we've had so
Nope.
far.
Nope.
My eyes jammed. Kidney
Nope.
punching. Yeah.
All right. So, as I described, and this is where the scene will take place, we start up. Pyramid Station Alpha is a series of 10 connected domes in the shape of a pyramid. 4 on the bottom, 3 in the next layer, 2 in the layer above that, 1 above that. Our story takes place so far on the bottom 4 domes. They are landed in Industrial 2, which is one of the seedier domes. It's where Dranar Half-Orc operates out of. They were told that they could get some docking there without too many questions, and for the most part, this was true. As you guys, you know what? I'll let you guys figure out what you want to do from there. So you guys have successfully docked. What? Hold on. Can everyone wave at the screen really loudly right now, please? Thank you. I hate everything. What do you guys
Patrick!
doing as a group now that you've landed in the docking bay of Pyramid Station Alpha, Industrial 2? Or do you guys want me to jettison you off the ship, walking off the ship? Or do you guys want to pick up?
I mean, we just got done speaking with Patrick.
Yeah.
We did. He sounded wonderful.
The dock worker who helped them dock was named Patrick, for a brief additional recap. He was, well, we haven't seen him in person yet.
I'm sure he
well-
was handsome.
How about, I mean, we said, what, 10 days, right? We gave a time for a frame of 10 days, correct?
I believe that was correct, yes.
All right. How about we go over the first 3 days of what we're doing?
Not quite that specific,
No?
unless you guys have a plan.
Nope.
Do you guys have anything
No.
you want to do aboard the ship before I kick you off, is what I'm asking.
I would like to analyze the camera that I found on the Vesk soldier.
So when you guys stripped the armor off of the Vesk soldier, whose name you have not learned, you did find that it had some sort of body cam that did not, as far as you could tell, have any transmitting device, but did have recording. So if you wanted to go into the ship's operations area, plug in the data bank that you're able to pull from the armor, you could go for that.
Cool. That's what I'm going to do.
All right. So as you plug it in, a language begins streaming across the screen. Could you tell me what languages Seeker speaks?
I think I might have forgotten to do those.
Well, you know what that means.
You don't
Seeker has
speak
forgotten how to
nothing.
speak language.
You don't know how to do nothing.
I'll give you common as a generosity point. but I
Very
will
generous.
Strip you of all of your languages if I need to.
Yeah, I think that's one that kind of fell through the cracks when doing my character.
So, Seeker, as the language peers up, you realize you do not have any idea what language it is, which makes hacking, reading, or understanding any of it impossible.
Can I volunteer to take a look since I am interested in all happenings on the ship?
Why is Rye in the operations room?
Of the ship?
Yep.
Maybe he called for my
explain.
assistance because he knows how smart I am.
Seeker, does this sound accurate?
No.
Seeker,
Okay.
What do you call
what do you
for,
do when you
call for
encounter the
Miller?
thoughts
Would you
of
call for anybody?
What?
What do
Would
you do
call
as
for
you encounter?
anybody?
One at a time, please.
Would
Would
you
you-
call for anybody?
Would I call for anybody? I might call to Miller because I know he's also pretty adept at mechanical and computer operations.
All right. So, yeah. Miller, who's in the middle of just kind of fixing whatever he can get his hands on. Let's do this in character.
Sure. Okay. So Seeker's sitting there, at the computer. I can't seem to read this right now. It's Miller, could you take a look at this for me?
Yeah. What seems to be the problem?
It's I don't know. There's something fuzzy in my databanks right now, and I cannot quite
Do you want-
understand
do you
what
want me
is
to open you up and find
what I'm
out?
seeing. Huh?
Do you want me to open you up and figure out what it is?
Or you could just look at the screen. That
that
would work
works
too.
All right. I
Point of
know.
interest from the GM. Does Miller know that androids are bioorganic?
Oh yeah, of course. But he's never had a chance to open one up.
Okay.
Let me kill you
I
and
believe
find
this is
out.
not the first time Miller said that.
It's
I,
true.
It's not.
didn't think so either. Okay. No, that's. I'm just gonna let that one go. I'm waiting for that one to pan out.
All right. So he knows Common, Isoki, Shirin, Castrovelian, which is a Lashunta language, and Kasatha.
It is completely alien to you as well.
Okay.
Sorry, guy. I can't help you.
Give me a culture check engineering, just in case you've encountered this language on anything you've been working with while you've been salvaging pieces on pistol.
16.
Gonna give you a no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this off as right now my circuits are frying for whatever reason, and
Your
that's why I don't
brain
know.
jammed?
Your brain jams.
That's why I don't know what languages I know. at the moment. Yeah, my brain
That's
jammed.
fine. I don't care what you pick, but I'm not telling you what language it is because I don't want you to suddenly know how to speak it.
Totally get it.
Also, ignore everything Chris just said as his languages.
I can't even remember what he said.
Deal. All right.
He said common.
Stop it, Miller. Miller, do you now recruit anyone else and admit your failure, or
Are we just gonna pull the whole ship over one by one and
I
just
don't
be
know.
completely dumbfounded?
I'll allow
Actually,
it.
it's not a bad idea to ask if anybody else knows what the what language it is.
Chris, do you know? Oh, well, that's metagaming. But if you're calling for everyone, Chris, do you know Castlevania / the Shunta?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I can't help you.
Good addition to the show, Patrick.
Well, just for quickness' sake, does anybody know any languages that Chris did not say Miller
Nope.
No,
knows?
it's fine. Brawl, what language?
Oh, wait. I know one language that I don't think was mentioned, a Versite.
No. Zero,
No.
do you know any languages at all? Just let me know your languages.
I didn't pick any other because I never saw the table to pick more based on your intelligence.
Yeah,
Today,
that's what
never
I did.
splits the party. Fail.
I'm not giving you guys any. All right, so you guys are out of here. I'm actually now. So Rex is kind of looking on, but offers nothing. And all of a sudden, all of his lights dim. For our viewers, Rex kind of looks like a mad dash between Johnny Five and like a slightly creepier C-3PO face where Johnny Five's face is. He actually powers down for a second, and you hear like a beep, beep, beep as he reboots. Ooh, that sucks.
My
And
favorite thing about this is John 5 is also the name of a guitarist for Marilyn Manson.
I did not
So
know
you
this.
might be giving our crowd a little bit of a nightmare as well.
I hope if you guys don't know Johnny Five, you're too young. It's from Short Circuit. Google it. It's actually a really solid film.
It's
and
not bad.
I like the second one too. But moving on, as he reboots this robot named Rex, dialogue comes up and it sounds like not his voice, and it says, "Personality mode activated, loading profile, hostile, commencing." And he lights up again. He has perks up, and he immediately looks over the screen and says, "You all are spacing idiots. Get off my boat. Out. Go make money, fix the ship. None of you guys are any use in here."
One, I should take him apart.
Well, what
Stop
happened?
threatening to kill everything.
I'm not trying to kill it.
You got to put it back together
Probably.
correctly.
I could help.
Well, I mean, do we want this thing killing us?
So its little arms pop up, which before seemed like kind of just appendages. They actually split into little tiny needle claws, and they start kind of spinning. I'm not going to do that motion on screen anymore. And
I throw a ball of string at it.
and it says,
Oh my God!
"If I take you apart first."
What
I
happened
like
to
him.
the nice one?
Yeah, Rex, you used to be so cool.
Oh, what? So you all only have one personality? How lovely.
Robots have schizophrenia?
Come
schizophrenia
on, Rye. What?
Programmed.
Do you have to be this racist?
I believe. I actually don't know if that would be racist or
Machinist?
machinist.
Machine. Yeah.
Or stating a well, not stating.
Roboticist, androidist.
Well, while we move past that, I'm actually going to have you guys get ushered off of the ship by Rex. He's not being violent. He's just being hostile. There's a difference. He's
Well.
bad at it with his language, and his voice has changed as well. His voice does sound different. You notice he had a much chipper and like higher pitched voice. I am a little sick, so you're going to have to deal with that. But he's definitely not quite the same personality you guys are interacting with.
So that kind of sucks. That kind of throws a wrench into my plans.
Which were?
Oh, I'm actually talking in character.
Oh, sorry. Someone
Um,
else address him.
Omnipotent voice. What are your plans?
what are your plans?
Tell me what you got.
Well, yes. What were your plans?
So yeah, I was gonna live aboard the ship and help out while we do the repairs. Maybe cut down the costs.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, truth be told, I ain't got anywhere else to live.
Hey, me either.
Great.
Where had we all been staying?
So
Oh.
at least Seeker is at least a little bit lying.
Hmm?
Whether or not
Oh.
he acknowledged it as living, because I don't know, it could be a couple language barriers there, I guess.
What?
Miller, as rat folk, could have easily been bumming it with other Iasoki. Sorry, oh god.
Yeah, that's basically what he was doing. He was just basically living on the streets.
At least
Rat
Seeker
hostels.
and probably Rye were giving lodgings at the playhouse where they were working. Zero, I couldn't really say, but I suspect he would have some sort of lodging. But again, the lack of needing to sleep also precludes the need of space for that kind of thing. So, don't really care about that. And same thing with Brawl being Yosoki. I don't know if he had some more established thing, but he could have also been bumming it around.
See, I didn't know that I was put
Yeah.
up there. Also, I
It
do
didn't
need
come up.
sleep because I am, biomechanical, not just.
Oh, do you guys? I'm sorry.
Yes,
do you guys?
they
need sleep?
they actually do need sleep, and
Ooh,
androids
I
also
lied.
eat.
I realized we misspoke about the eating as well. Okay, so androids do need sleep. So again, Zero, I'm sure you came up with something, but if you want to be more specific, I know what you were doing never got tallied back to anything, but at least the other folks had some other area they were working with.
So Seeker may try crunchy yet,
So
as
I
long as
mean,
his belt doesn't jam.
I guess you guys know the motivation for me wanting to keep the ship. I kind of like having a steady roof over my head.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of the playhouse as well, because I have to deal with that guy a lot.
Never say those words again.
What?
Says the resident actor.
What, that guy? I refer to you as
Plus,
that guy all
our-
the time.
Our boss was shorting us on money all the time. At least me.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's right. I was
Still
supposed to follow
stands.
up on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little
I was-
bit.
I was like,
Haven't had time. Been too busy blowing people up.
we still kind of need money to fix this thing up. Have we even gotten a quote yet?
I don't think so.
I mean, we literally just got here.
Yeah. So I guess first thing we should do is talk to the dockmaster and see if we get a quote.
Not sure Miller knows how docks work.
There's no
Oh, you mean
dock-
for undocking your ship?
what? No, for repairs. We need to get repairs and whatnot.
Dockmaster wouldn't do that.
No, I thought we were contacting your
Yeah, they-
salvage group.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, we should. Yeah, that's right. I'm thrown up. Yeah, so we should go talk to Sal and see if we can
Sal.
get get a quote on repairing a ship.
So,
Oh, actually, no, he's a salvage.
Also, going off of you wanting to keep the ship, Zero would definitely bring up that me and Brawl are definitely going to have to either hide out or do something, because we obviously brought up Draenor Half-Orc and the fact that we're clearly skipping out on his job.
Well, no, not so much there, Hush. What we could do is, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of furniture and crap inside that we won't even need. Just tell them that's what you found.
Also, you could just say that we found the ship, not you. And
You
we
think
that's
he's go-
still not going to end well. He will.
You think he's
definitely
going
try
to just
kill you.
accept furniture?
I
Hell
mean,
no.
you said. whatever
Welcome
you
back,
find, right?
original bro.
Yeah. I made it back.
Nailed your original
In
accent.
5 episodes, but I did it.
So, I want to make a culture check.
Yes.
On my accent.
No.
No, based off of my time in Industrial 2 and the Playhouse.
Yep.
I want to know if
Were you
there
in
are
the
any.
senior playhouse or the upscale playhouse? I thought you guys were in.
We were in the upscale one. I thought that was Industrial 2 versus 1.
I might have changed some things around. We're gonna retcon that and say you guys are in Industrial 1. Industrial
Okay.
1 is the slightly more upscale of the two relatively downtrodden.
Okay, that could have been on me. All right,
No,
even
I
still-
think they got swatched in my head a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Even still, I'd like to make a culture check to see if I can think of anyone either in the up and coming, less than legal business, or someone from in two, or from one who might have a grudge with McDoucheface, whoever wants our boat.
Jannar half orc, who does not necessarily know you guys have a boat yet, but sure, give me a culture
Well,
check.
he is the one that I'm concerned with, because my guy just wanted us to find out. Miller just needed to open up some sort of roadway, or say like, hey, I made it there safely, or something. That was the easiest $10 he ever made. It's Seeker and it's Zero and they look alike. Zero and Brawl, who have the mission that I'm concerned with, which is a very violent half orc who wants things from us. So I'm more interested in if there's any people or entities that might be able to be played off on that.
Roll the goddamn die.
Okay. I should open up Roll20.
I will
No.
Oh,
I was
my God.
out of the space dock.
Hold on. Oh my God! It really did close on me. I'm not even joking this time. I was in Roll20.
Wave my hand so I can cut
No,
this.
I'm in it.
Well,
9 plus
macro 9 plus a macro.
7. I don't have macros. I kind of that was shut up. I got a 16.
Don't you get a +6 to that, like a D6 roll?
Not to culture. I got plus D6 to diplomacy. Diplomacy and sense motive.
Going with a no, mostly because that wouldn't have been a lifestyle you interacted with, so the check for you was pretty high.
Okay.
That being said, as Rex is ushering you off the ship, and you're pretty sure giving you rude gestures, despite him not having the appropriate number of robot fingers, he does say, "Oh, wait, you idiots! Could someone take my D-stick?"
No.
What?
Out of his mouth, from his like weirdly kind of like non-moving face, a little like looks like a flash drive or something pops out.
Shoot. What's
If you guys see any job boards kicking around, and you guys need to just plug that on in, wave it over, whatever the device input is, then when you useless whatever you are, he kind of looks at the two rat folks specifically. Whenever you guys come back and actually want some work done, I'll be able to track local jobs, and I'll filter them so that they're customized to you. You got to find local job boards first. You know, boards with jobs on them where you make money.
I think he's telling us to get a job.
Meanwhile,
I have a job.
I'd like to.
I do too, actually.
I have a few contacts in the repair that I'd like to reach out to. Can I do that?
Yes.
All right. So first off, I'd like to reach out to Jilly B of Cyberside Analogies. Jilly B, and it's just B.
I don't care.
Jelly bean.
No, I got
was
his
thinking
last
the same.
name. I know his last name. It's so great.
All right, so you're pinging him on your comm unit?
Yep.
Jilly Billy.
What's the race of Jilly B?
I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, Jilly.
You hear some clicking customary with the Sharon speaking, which I'm not going to keep doing. Oh, my Yusoki friend. What can I do for you, Miller?
Yeah. So, I was wondering if we could get you over here. We're over on the second, what is it? The Industrial 2. And we're looking to see if I can get a quote on a repair on a ship. I'd like to see if we could hire you guys.
You say Industrial 2?
Yes, sir.
No.
What? Why?
No, we don't go into half-orc territory. We don't go into gang territory. If you need a shop, go to a local shop.
All right.
Hold on. They just posted something over at, let me find it. All right, hold on. You got a data pad on you?
Of course I do.
Hold up. This just got posted on the infosphere. It might be useful to you, maybe not. This guy's local to Industrial 2. Do not call me again about this.
You got it, sir.
Let's see. I need to show to players. Show to everyone. Did you guys get a pop-up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fake news.
You guys all know that stands for Fully Automated Knowledge Environment.
Wrong.
He says, all right, I'm busy. Contact Archie. He's your local guy, and it looks like he could use some help. Might even get you stuff cheap. In the background, he hasn't shut his comm off yet. He's like, did you hear that? I just told him no.
Thanks, Chili.
Miller, give me a culture check if you can. You know what? Yeah, DC 10, I'm going to say. Just give me a culture check.
All right. 20. Oh.
You and your goddamn monster keyboard.
9.
Literally, you think this Sharon's just being rude.
Oh. Yeah, boy, that makes sense. Thanks, Chili. You're a real pal.
So how did it go?
Well, I mean, I got a job listing.
That's a start.
So it shows them vermin extermination.
You know-
I mean, I kind of feel a bit put off. I mean, first off, you tell me no straight up and not even give me a reason, and then of course he wants me to exterminate some vermin. I mean,
He wants you to
That's
take
kind
out
of
your cousin?
insensitive, isn't it?
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I usually think pretty highly of myself, but I mean, I think I would be considered a vermin.
I would
Yeah.
agree. You are vermin.
Hey,
Shut up, mouse.
we're not vermin.
I'm pretty sure Yosoki don't consider himself vermin.
They do not.
I don't.
No.
I also don't think most people, except for like a extreme species, would consider a sentient race vermin.
Which it seems,
So Pat would.
Reich is.
Also, a small typo. This says he's, in the news. It says he's Industrial Dome 1. He is in Industrial 2. That's a typo on my part.
Again.
All right. So, what are you guys doing? What's the plan as the group?
Before we choose anything, I also have to say that we, Rye and I, we were also tasked to find out some information about the ship. I wonder if we could get paid for that. What do you think, Rye?
Well, if you do a job, you usually should get paid for it.
I mean, I don't know if it was entirely a job. I'm not so good with talking with people. Or,
And I don't know.
am
if
I?
we-
Who gave you the job?
Oh, C. I don't know the rest of his name, but his name's C. He's a private eye.
Really uninventive. It's almost as if he was named from someone who had no passion or forethought.
Specifically, I used it because it's the first letter of Eric's planned character, but I couldn't remember the rest of his name. Also,
Hey, edit that out and post.
no, leave that one in.
What's the undo?
So as you guys are chatting, you guys are slowly ushered out the airlock door, and the airlock door shuts. I'll get into the next bit now, but just so you guys know, the airlock door shuts,
But-
and you guys are off the ship.
He also seemed very interested in our predicament that we've all been in with the incident, you know.
Are we just
Elaborate
talking
for
about this
viewers.
in the open?
Well, I'm figuring we're kind of right outside the door, and I'm talking while we're, you know, doing.
Was
But
there
are you
like any
fine?
type of inspection
Hello.
team or anything like that? Because I remember them
so
saying
Also,
they had
Seeker
to...
doesn't care.
Everyone
True.
who cares, I guess, roll perception.
Seeker
You know what,
doesn't
Secret,
care.
roll perception, even if it's
Oh.
passive, roll perception.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm rolling like
Rye,
shoot today.
what's your bonus to perception?
Mine 4.
Okay, so that's a 13.
I got a
I
16.
didn't roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
I rolled the 13.
I rolled an 18, sucker.
I got a 16.
Me too.
I've got shoe.
all right, so everyone rolled above a 10, it looks like.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll get the general description, and then Rye, you did pick up on a couple of things. So the general description is, as you guys kind of step out into this dock, first of all, you are in the berthing area, which, as a couple of you guys used this area or a style of this area to escape Pyramid Station Alpha earlier to kind of go on a spacewalk. It's just like a hangar. You guys are in a hangar bay that's dedicated to your ship. Your ship being small, there is room for other ships in this area, though it's currently vacant. And there's a little like I don't know. It's a big space, but it's not like too large. Couple 100 feet, and it's got a bit of cavern feel until it gets down into this little hallway in one corner of the room, which goes deeper into the station. In this room, it's empty. There's no one here. There is a computer terminal, which, as you guys know, is one way to control the dock controls manually. But beyond that, that's all there is in this space.
So
And what
no
does Rye
people
get?
around that were like
Yes,
are in.
no people. And
cool.
Rye, what you notice, there are. This room's familiar to you, in that this is the hangar you actually exited with Seeker, and Seeker maybe almost kind of died. Maybe.
I just
I.e.,
look
this is the
over
room
at-
where you guys, or at least you in particular, stole a costume from.
Oh, okay. Do I still have my costume?
It got torn, so I think you took it off, and because you didn't need it, because you just switched into your other clothes. So no, you do not have the costume.
Can I pretend that I do?
Negative.
Shit.
Spoop.
I was just okay.
For our new viewers, we're trying to keep our language clean so we can be appealing to all ages.
Yeah, Patrick.
For Patrick.
Told you I'd say it.
All right, so you guys are in this dock. Rye recognizes it. Are you guys doing anything else other than chatting?
Well, anyways, I was saying that out of character. I'm just gonna explain. I was saying that because if anybody actually is interested in figuring out maybe more about what happened to us on, in the incident with the ship, we might be able to talk to C about it, and he might even have some jobs for us that might be a little bit more interesting than vermin killing. Who knows?
As a reminder, this is talking about why you guys were expelled from the academy.
Yes.
Yep. Miller would have a slight inclination to do so.
Brawl.
So like he's like a private eye, but he's like an ex-private eye, right? Or not an ex-private eye, but he's like he used to work for like government, but now he's not.
That's not really clear. He's not from Pyramid Station Alpha.
Okay.
He's a recent arrival, and that's probably about all you would know about him.
Okay. Then I don't have any immediate concerns.
Same.
But you have spent the last month looking into why you guys are expelled, what the deal with the ship was.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I'd be interested, but I wouldn't. I'm just seeing if it fits a previous incident, creating a backstory for Rawl.
I'd be interested in speaking to C only to see if I can get more information from him of the incident, because we were interrupted beforehand when I was vehemently denying responsibility for any damages specifically. But my main goal here is to get the ship patched and get the hell out of Dodge before the half-orc figures it out, which of course isn't gonna happen.
Yeah, right. Due to my slight retconning, maybe it's confusing you, certainly confusing me, I will clarify that C was located in, I'm saying Industrial 1 now, I think that got swapped around, but I'm saying Industrial 1 now, and Half-Orc was located in Industrial 2. I know they're supposed to be in different domes. That's about all I remember, I think.
And we
When you guys left from those areas, you had to do more work from C's area to get to the station than the others did from Half-Orc. So
Hey, Zero.
Okay. Well, then let me. Oh,
Wait. No. Hey, Zero.
Yes.
How long you expect it'll take him to find out?
there goes Brawl.
Considering
Shut
he
up.
told us that he was sending people, his own people, it won't take him very long to find out the ship is missing. Assuming they're able to get over.
What if what Krellis? That was.
Yeah. That was his
What
name.
if he takes care of him?
He already got paid. I imagine he won't be killing till somebody else hires him.
That's actually not a terrible idea. One that I was pondering as well, I'll pretend. I said that out loud.
Hiring Krellis?
The problem is, I highly doubt that we have enough money to hire the man.
Oh, well, I do think that if we were to tell C about what we've found, maybe he would be able to part with some money for us. Because we've kind of found a lot of information over there. I mean,
you're
the
saying
fact
use
that
the money,
there is
like,
a soldier, a Vesk soldier, who is masquerading as a crap, I can't remember what the name is.
Border
Postal
Space
security?
Union.
Yes, the space security. He was masquerading around as space security, but had different affiliations.
Space security.
Whatever it was.
Please change it to station security at
Station
worst.
Security.
However, he was not.
Security.
He was not obviously affiliated with station security. His uniform was different. It was unmarked. I believe he said something about Border Space Union military, which is
I
what.
thought it
Yes.
was Vesk military.
Well, he did
Particular.
mention he did slip out for the Vescari, and then he changed his language. But officially, or at least he seemed to be representing the Border Space Union military.
So to me, this says all one bigger conspiracy that might be beyond us, and I feel like he might really want to know some information about this, and we could probably charge him a fair penny for it.
I agree.
It's not bad. It's
I'm
not
always
bad.
good to sell information.
I know, I'm smart.
Alrighty.
So am I.
So I'm gonna wrap this up. You guys are heading towards Industrial 1. You'll have to go through Industrial 2 a little bit to get there. And as you guys leave this dock area on your way, and you're walking down you walk through the door and into the main area, which is like a larger concourse where there's offshoots into similar hangars going down one direction, and in the other direction, you guys go into the station itself, the dome itself. What you guys see around you, you see a myriad of races, of people, of ages. This is probably one of the, in all of the station, the highest concentration of differences would be right here. This is the melting pot area. This is where all the people come in, especially the people looking to go under the radar. So you'll have a lot of races spread throughout Industrial 2. They thin out in Industrial 1, and as you get into the upper levels, which you guys haven't been to yet, they do thin out in terms of like people segregate themselves more. So you guys are walking past Kasatha.
What level was the academy on?
The academy was actually off base, but it had barracks posted in Central Dome. But the
Okay.
academy itself was not on the station.
Right.
So you guys are walking past Kasatha, four-armed, really quiet folks, large grayish skin, heads, all that fun stuff. They're weird-looking dudes. You got the insect-like Shirin. You're walking by dwarves and gnomes. There's, for the most part, most races you would encounter, you find them here. You guys also know that while this is a massive, massive space station, it's also really, really inconveniently out of the way. Despite toting itself as the Absalom Station away from Absalom Station, it takes a long time to get to and from here because there's not any major drift beacons. There are some, but it's still considered to be part of vast space, meaning if you're coming to Pyramid Station Alpha, there's probably a reason. Or you've made it your home, and that's a whole different story. As you guys are walking down this like large hallway amidst all these other races, mostly you guys are shoulder to shoulder, I want you to roll initiative, and in that order, I want you to give me descriptions of your character. I want a physical description, how they carry themselves, maybe what they focus on as they're walking down the hallway. This is how I want you guys to like pitch yourselves when the viewers are listening to this episode, future episodes. I want this picture. So clothing. If you guys have visible tattoos, androids, you guys have lines that are visible, like part of your circuitry or whatever the hell it is. Tell me what that, like if there's a pattern to it or how brightly it glows, however you want to do it. I want you guys to make this your verbal character portrait. Questions? Perfect. Let's see. This is where are we? So Rise got 21. I want 0 to start.
All right. So Zero's an android, and the way he carries himself is he stands very upright, very like militaristic, like straight back, everything. As far as the way he physically looks, he is about 6 feet tall. He has short hair. He's got glowing blue tattoos on his face that androids can control how bright they are, and he makes it as bright as possible all the time. He doesn't like to hide that he is an android.
Keep going.
What were you gonna say?
I want to know about his like weapons. Like, how does he carry them? What is it like? Does he carry them? Obviously, what are they if they're visible?
So he carries two weapons. On his left side, he carries a survival knife currently, and it's in a sheath, clearly visible. And then on his right side, he has a holster for a pistol that is a semi-automatic pistol, which is kinetic. As far as clothing and armor, he doesn't really look like he's wearing armor. He looks like he's just wearing plain, everyday clothes. He doesn't look like he's dressed up, but he also doesn't look like he's in tattered rags or anything like that. He would clearly blend in like middle class, everyday society. He would just blend in as like the mob.
Barring
He wouldn't
the
really
glowing
stand out.
lines.
Yeah, barring the glowing tattoos.
All right. Let's see. This is kind of meta now. Is there like a other fiction character that you kind of picture when you describe him? Or actor or something? No is an acceptable answer.
No, not really.
Perfect. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add before I move on to Rye?
No, not at this time.
Thank you. Rye, describe yourself as you're walking down this entryway to the docks.
Sure. So Rye is a relatively unformidable looking Lashunta. He's a bit on the leaner side and somewhat young. He's only 20 or about 140, 145 pounds, so pretty tight package. He wears his hair pretty much shaved, which makes it easier for wigs and whatnot, which he puts on for his shows. Whereas in this case, he's just wearing whatever garb he had off of the last experience. Normally, he would be wearing some relatively androgynous garb. He's not uncommonly garbed out in robes or long frilly kind of things as celebrities and celebrity wannabes are known to try to make an image. And he's just relatively attractive, but he's got one of those faces that can morph, which has benefited him in acting. As he walks, he's probably standing, walking with the posture very similar to Zero, very prideful, straight up, with the face is hard to read. It might be kind of schmarmy, however you pronounce that.
Go for it.
A little cocky, because he's used to being recognized on the street, so he always wants to. He's always content that people that see him know him. As for his weapons, considering they're not very pretty or attractive, he doesn't keep them on the outside. Also, he's not very good at them, so having them on his hip doesn't really benefit him all that much, so they're hidden underneath his garb.
Perfect. All right, I think next up is Brawl.
I'm gonna tinkle.
Da, 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 da. Okay, so Brawl is roughly 3.5-ish feet tall. Yusoki, of course, so he's rat folk. The way he carries himself would be not necessarily cocky, but again, like the previous two characters that were described, a bit more upright since he's got like massive gains man. You know, he's all about keeping that posture correct. So he doesn't carry any weapons on him. He mostly uses his fists for combat. He's quite good at it, especially aiming at particular body parts from directions you wouldn't quite anticipate somebody to attack them from.
Doesn't he have a large stick now, though?
He sure does. So he is also currently carrying a doshko, which is twice his height in length, and he's I don't know how he would carry that. Like, is there a way to like sling it on his back somehow, or do I just like go like Tagoro from Yu Yu Hakusho, just like hold it up over the shoulders?
We decided it was like 6 feet long or something like that. They're long and they're literally unwieldy. That's part of their description, part of their attributes. So however you picture it will make it work. But like if you're planning on doing it like straight up and down, like you have duct tape all up on that business. If you're holding it across your shoulders, that's fine. But when you make a corner, you're pissing off. You could do it like angled, but you're still like, I don't know, man. It's a clumsy looking thing. It's clumsy. I like it. I'm not complaining.
Clearly needs Miller to stand next to him just so that they can carry it.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise he'd just be like trying to like shoulder it at the same time. So it would be like I don't even have. Oh, I got a Guitar Hero guitar that I can use. So it'd be kind of like that for the most part, and that's how he would.
Oh,
be,
okay. So he carries it like
carry
one-handed, like the giant sword guy in
Cloud.
Rurouni Kenshin, right?
Yeah, giant sword guy from Rurouni Kenshin.
I can't remember his name.
Yep, neither can I.
Sonosuke?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
He does have gray fur. It is a darker gray. There doesn't seem to really be any other varying colors of fur upon him. Hair, fur. What do rats have? Yeah. And
all right.
That's his description.
I am not in Roll20 because I was enjoying the chat. Brawl
I
was
missed the whole description. Go again.
No. Shut your mouth. It looks like Seeker's got a crazy initiative bonus despite...
I forgot to mention that he does wear heavy armor as well.
So on top of his massive gains, he's also bug armor. So he's about 3.5 feet tall and wide.
Yep.
Chode rat.
Stocky?
Yeah, Stocky's a... Yeah, we're not calling him Chode rat. That's not a thing. Seeker, go, please.
Oh, it's me now? Okay.
Yeah.
So Seeker is pretty light-skinned, white, light-skinned. He's got kind of shoulder length, blue hair where it starts kind of darker blue up here and then gets lighter as it goes down. He has a bunch of the circuitry running through his face and arms and everything. And his circuitry changes colors depending on his mood, but when he's at rest or is normal, it kind of cycles through all the different colors. He's also got scars all over his arms, and if you were able to see any part of him that's not just his face, he does have scars all over his body. And you can see the light from his circuitry shining through those scars. He carries a laser pistol at his side, and he wears pretty civilian clothes. Just normal kind of stuff, more loose-fitting than form-fitting. So that's it.
Alrighty, Miller.
All right, just as a physical description, yeah, he has mostly black fur throughout, but he has gray and red patches throughout, just random spots. He wears a long trench coat, mostly out of convenience, got lots of pockets. He's a hoarder. On his arm, he has a personal computer attached to him, that's as per a mechanic. Think Pip-Boy from the Fallout series. Just a computer attached to his arm. It has a couple inputs. You can plug them into computers and interface with them. He has a tool belt at his hip, a long rifle at his back. He has, as a mechanic, he has an exocortex, which is an artificial intelligence implanted directly into his brain. On either sides of his temple are the inputs for it. He actually has a set of goggles that he wears as kind of a visual, a kind of visual cue for everyone else around him as to what mode it's in. So first off, the exocortex is called the TI-75. When the goggles are in the upward position, he is more focused on his skills, whereas if they are in the downward position, he is battle ready, and it is going to help him in combat. He holds himself actually very, very confidently. A lot of times he's, especially when he's working, he's whistling, humming to himself, that kind of thing. And in fact, throughout as they're walking through through these hallways, he's seeing people, he's looking around, Skin Bob, you skilly garb. Carpy Demetrius, how's the bakery? Targonium, hide your credits, guys. We got this guy here. Scrit Scrad, what's going on? He just knows everybody.
Point of interest.
Yes.
Did he make any of those up?
No.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it. I have no problem with this. I let for viewers that are wondering why the hell Chris is doing weird things, I did tell my players that I want them to help make the world. One of those things is adding characters to it, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. He is a networker.
Yes.
He knows people. That's just his thing. It's just part of his grand overall arcing scheme. Not even his final plan.
I didn't explain how I was walking. Sorry. Yeah.
Probably important.
Well, that's part of the course.
Usually with 2 feet, but depends on who you are. Yeah.
Seeker's kind of like getting distracted by everything he walks by that catches his eye. He's a lot more lax than the other android in the group. He is not. He does not stand tall. He is kind of like is very very fluid in his movement. And yeah, just getting distracted and ooh, what's this? What's that?
I just picture every 5 seconds Rye going, Seeker, get here.
Probably,
here.
yeah.
Seeker, come.
All right, so as you guys are walking, I'm saying screw it. You guys are shoulder to shoulder, Guardians of the Galaxy style. And you guys kind of like stroll on down. I want everyone to make a perception check.
Cool.
Come on, roll higher than 5. Oh yeah.
My eyes jammed. Yep,
Oh God, Seeker, yeah, you shouldn't be able to consistently roll ones just on perception checks. That shouldn't be a theme. You can't do that.
I have faulty
All right.
eyes.
Seeker's eyes jam as he's just looking at everything, but not
they're past
in front of
warranty, so I can't like get them fixed or anything
at all.
I'll have to pay for them.
Brawl is wondering what's going on with Seeker's eyes because they keep making this weird sound. So he's kind of looking up at the android while everyone else immediately notices 2 things. 2 things being, let me see, who do we get? We got Rye, Zero, and Miller. You guys notice there's a little bit more of a seedy element in the docks than normal. There are scavengers that are more rugged looking, maybe some more scars, more muscly, more gains, as Brawl would have said if he noticed. And they all are, I would say Zero especially picks up on this, but everyone notices it. They're all half species. There are some half orcs. Maybe there's a half ogre walking through there.
Are there any happy Soki?
No half.
Oh.
The answer's a big no to that. There's some other half species that would be acceptable. I can't think of any, but they're there.
Half gnome, half.
What are you trying to say?
No
Another
half
species.
Basque, no half Yusoki.
Half Shurin.
I don't think these things are compatible.
Oh.
It's like a cockroach.
God, oh God. Yeah, all right. Maybe a half drow even, but no half elves. But that's different.
What about those weird brain things that was also released?
Not really half anything. Those are just a thing. Although maybe there's one of them floating around. Yeah, sure, they could be in the dock. But in terms of the people that are a little bit more rugged looking, you pick up Zero at least. These are probably half orcs people. They're not acknowledging you, but they're there. Also, everyone noticed the like kind of pale gray uniform armor of station security, which is emblazoned with the red jagged SS of station security logo.
Sure.
Might want to change that one.
No, it's totally different. It just sounds the same. It's fine.
It's fine.
Super smooth.
Super smooth.
Looking at that
Oh.
armor, does it look eerily similar to the Vesk armor, just
So-
with symbols?
The vest armor was white, like a more clean, almost pristine. His was actually looked like it was new. This light gray is definitely a different shade. This is more of a metallic sheen. That's what they're going for. And their highlights are all in red, if it like just to make them stand out a little bit. So maybe a couple of their joints are in red. I guess I'm accidentally describing N7 armor. That's fine. Moving
Is
on.
that your favorite armor on the Citadel?
That's my favorite armor Citadel. So what you guys are noticing is that station security has entered the docks. They don't seem to be looking at anyone in particular, but they are walking through, and this is not something where they'd probably be there often.
I want to ask Miller something.
Go for it. Brawl
Um,
kind of absentmindedly looking at Seeker.
Oh, well, that's right. I guess I don't notice all this going on, right?
Correct.
So never mind.
Alright.
Specifically, Rye Zero Miller reaction.
How close are like the thugs and security to us? Like, do we have enough time to say actually have a conversation?
With the thugs or
No.
security?
With amongst us without them hearing us.
Thugs are strewn throughout. The closest one to you is probably still 30 feet off, but they're peppered throughout the crowds. Security, we'll say, is 100 feet down the concourse that you're heading down. They just basically entered the dock area, and you guys are exiting. So we'll say that you will pass them. You are walking towards them, but there's a brief moment in time for a conversation.
Alright.
Hey, guys, look sharp. Looks like we got security on our tails.
Do I see any place to nonchalantly walk off to?
Without the group.
No.
So the way
That
this
ends
works,
badly every time.
it's a long hallway behind you, which has different doors off for different docks. The area you're in now, you've entered mostly like kind of the dome proper. So what is on you is like closets and things. Now you could potentially access a closet, but traditionally, unless you work for the docks, and you can see dock workers, which are very clearly labeled with like jumpsuits and like kind of janky uniforms, you really shouldn't be messing with those areas. But
Okay, so we
if
can
you
go
wanted
ahead.
to, you could try and duck in a closet.
All right, so we've got security behind us and thugs ahead of us. Did I mishear you?
Securities, the thugs are more around you, not circling you, but around you. They're peppered throughout the crowd. We'll say you guys can make out maybe 6 of them, and there's 2 station security guards in their like kind of bigger, heavier looking armor, walking dead ahead of you. They're coming
And-
towards you.
All right, and this is still in Industrial 2 where we landed?
Correct.
Okay, so we have no. We checked in. I'm not concerned. We checked in fairly legitimately. So I've got no fear of security right now. I've got no reason to, unless I'm mistaken.
Ooh, do I need to talk to them? Because I can talk to them. I'm good at talking to security
No,
guards.
DM. Am I mistaken?
I'm not telling you a goddamn thing.
Do they know?
Gods.
Now I address Miller.
Hmm?
You seem to be really familiar with this place.
Yeah.
Did they know? They got cameras. Did they see us go to the other dome?
It's quite possible.
Give me a culture. You know what? Give me an engineering check for that one. This probably should be a culture, but I'm going to give it to you for engineering. No, you know that the lower areas are particularly poor with cameras. One, they keep getting vandalized anytime they go up. Industrial Dome 2 is especially almost a blank zone in terms of eyes for cameras. The only dome down here that has a ton of cameras that you're aware of, anyways, because that's what we would work with, is the what's called the factory dome. That is very camered up, and anything screwing with that draws immediate wrath from station security. For the two industrial domes, they're a little bit more liberal. So very likely you guys probably went unobserved by camera.
Yeah, so you got nothing to worry about down here, boyo. We got some of the unsavory types here taking out, doing God's work, so to say. We're probably, as long as you guys act natural, we should be good.
Point of reference that I'm going to want to know for next episode.
Hmm?
If you guys follow a particular, thank you, Nick, follow a particular god in some way, shape, or form, I want you to work them into your conversations more by name.
Okay.
Refer to the gods. They don't have to be the core gods. I think they probably would be, but if you have anything that's off color, maybe Seeker, go for it. Just work them in. So when you say God's work, I want it to be Triune's work or
Well,
Abadar.
Abadar's
Miller
work.
actually,
That would be a
on my, he relies on himself, so it's more just a phrase than anything. He does not actually.
Then let's just open it up to the gods' work.
Yeah, that's what I said. The God's work.
Perfect. Okay, as just a point of reference, I want to know for future, and it'll make it feel more in universe. That's all. So please continue as you say that the brawl. You've been told the cameras aren't really an issue.
Okie dokie.
Oh, that was it. Okay,
So we can murder with impunity.
that's not.
I mean, if you really want to, but I mentioned the unsavory types.
All right, you guys doing anything about these thugs or the guard, the station security?
There's not really
Are
anything
the
to do.
security like checking people out? Are they
They're just
Just
walking in
walking?
my direction.
They're walking and eyeballing. They might
Just
take like
that's
certain
natural,
interests.
guys. Sika,
Yes.
don't talk for like, I don't know,
Well,
until we say so.
But I like talking.
I know.
Seeker.
You talk a lot.
Seeker, remember that
You know
game
what?
we used to play called Shut Up Not Now?
I don't remember playing that with you.
Oh,
Let's
Oh,
try
wait.
it.
Oh, that was a game?
You were bad at it, so.
Oh.
Sika, if you can not say anything for the next, I don't know, till we say so, we'll have a nice good sit down later.
Ooh. Wait, sit on what?
You know, our backsides. We'll just talk about technology and junk.
Starting now.
I've never sat on a Yusoki before. That's weird.
Failed. Strike 2. Starting now.
Oi, you there! Station security hails you guys.
Hello.
Oop.
Station security like pulls up on his arm. He's got a little bit of a data pad. It looks like he's filtering stuff. You guys look like a crew. What vessel did you come in on?
We came. Oh shit! Hold on. Oop. Spook.
Spoop.
Hold on. I started with a southern voice. Got to keep going.
Oh, spoop.
What did we call it in the meantime?
We
Sashi.
came. Yeah, we came in on that there Sabshi.
He scrolls down his data pad on his arm. Sabshi, unregistered craft type, bringing cargo. What cargo you guys bringing today?
I reach into my my back pocket and I pull out a scrap of fabric. Finest fabric that pocket change can buy.
You're gonna need a bluff check.
Yeah, no, that's what I got.
I'm gonna need a bluff check.
Okay. Shua.
You are speaking a personal truth, but you are trying to blow it up to be someone else's truth as well.
16.
His eyes jammed. He's like, all right, okay. And last question before I let you gentle beings go. any of you come from Dead Dome?
As far as I remember, no one comes from Dead Dome.
Rolling willpower check.
Rolling what?
What was your DC?
We're safe.
I
All right.
stand by my statement.
All right. Looks like the control. What's his name here? Patrick had nothing but nice things to say about you folks. All right, carry on. Thank you much.
You have yourself a good day.
The other guard's like, his accent though, and they just kind of stroll off. All right. Do you guys do anything about? I'm specifically looking at Brawl and Zero. Do you guys do anything about half orcs men?
If they're not actively looking at us, no.
I would like to perceive if they notice myself or Zero, like just
Roll
kind of
perception.
give us a right look, as
Zero
somebody
already
might
has
say.
seen. So you've got like a standard.
Oh nope, I didn't see nothing.
Oh, hold on. That doesn't mean you didn't see nothing. It means whatever you do see might not be accurate.
Yeah.
So remember, there's no critical failure on skill
Yep.
check.
Did you borrow my eyes?
Yeah.
I must have.
I have
You know,
special-
I was too stunned by this fabulous Doshko I've got here.
Basically, your perception is you keep trying to find a comfortable position for the Doshko as you're getting it around. You're not even succeeding in that because, like, you're actually kind of bumping into people as you go by. Luckily, none of the thugs are close enough to you to be bumping into, but you're focusing more on the Doshko, so you have no idea. So, Zero, do you do anything about these folks? They're not in any way noticing you out of the crowd. They are looking at the rat folk carrying the ridiculously large weapon, chuckling, but then, like, nothing else. They're not giving you guys any more undue attention.
The only thing I would want to know is, do I recognize any of them as people I saw when we picked up or talked to them that time, specific time? To Draenor.
I'm just going to keep your role going. You remember the people that you met, and they're not them. You met about 3 or 4 people, and you had interactions with a couple of them, but none of them. There's no, what was it? Was it a gnome or a halfling? I forget. They're not
I think there was a gnome, and then,
like,
there were 2, yeah. And then whatever the female second in command was.
That was the Sheeran. The Sheeran was the female second in command. No, so you do not encounter anyone at all.
In that case, I'll just go along as though I don't know them, or only gesture like hi if they do that to me.
Okay, so your first stop then is, as you guys leave the docks, you're unmolested any further anyways. You guys are heading towards, let me get this correct, C's office. C being the private investigator that was working with Rye and Seeker.
So did I win the game?
You did good.
No, he actually lost.
Nice.
He talked right away.
You did well enough. High five.
Nice.
You understand high fives?
Yes?
No, he just read the movement.
Although it's more like a low
fast
5 with
enough.
this one.
Hey,
That's racist.
no, it's true.
Coming from the person who made the
Very
racist
high
comment.
five.
Did you assume he wouldn't know because he's an android, though?
So
That
who
was
wants
0
to
to
meet
Rye.
C?
What was that?
I said, so who wants to meet C? I just completely ignore your question.
All right. As you guys
I've
go
already met him.
through, yes, thank you. Industrial 2. There's no real issues. The hubbub that came from the crashing starship, it seemed to already fade. Nick, you're going to destroy everything. He's got
I'm trying to sell the part.
I'm not even sure what this is. It looks like
Mic
he's got like a
stand?
easel
It's a
stand.
tripod.
Oh, it's a tripod that he's trying to
Yeah.
like model as his Doshko,
Yeah.
and he's slowly destroying his green screen behind him. And he
I almost just broke the light bulb.
shattered a light bulb in his ceiling just now. So he probably just know that
I'm just gonna keep it where it was before.
yeah, that's fine. So you guys make it through Industrial 2, no issues. You guys kind of skirt if you go in, so basically each dome is laid out kind of like the spoke of a wheel, where there's like a central area, structure building. The factory domes are much bigger, but then everyone else is kind of a smaller, like a administrative building maybe. and then the spokes goes to main streets that go through to the end of the dome, which the perimeter, there's no real thing. Nothing abuts against the glass. That would be terrifying. And most people they give it a pretty decent berth. You guys choose to stay on the exterior, going around the spoke, because that's easier to navigate. Going through, you get everyone and their mother, quite literally, that lives there, either out in the streets, shopping, living their lives, working, whatever it is. On the perimeter, you do get people who are trying to go. It's almost like the walking highway, if you would. So you guys go circumvent, no issues. You get to the hallway, the large, probably about a mile long space that connects each hallway or each dome. And you guys are able to walk through that to Industrial 1. You guys do dive into the wheel of the spoke there. You get into the slightly dingier area of Industrial 1, which is where a lot of rat folk or Yosoki have made their warrens. We have I think Sal is in Industrial 1, so like his salvage shop is probably down there somewhere. And you guys get into, you find C's office, which was in like a little office block tucked back in an alleyway where there's like maybe a psychic a couple doors down, and then there's some vacant offices next to him. And as you guys go to knock on the door of the office, it opens without any resistance and reveals a torn apart office. C's desk has been upturned, chairs have been knocked over, papers are torn and littering the floor. The shades for the window are in disarray, ransacked and empty of C.
As we walk in, I say, "We knocked this time."
And then I go, right when I see everything, I go,
Is Pat metagaming as a sin me right now?
No. That was me just responding to him going, "We knocked this time."
I could never work like this.
I forgot that was your
This
that
guy's
was your
pretty
symbol.
disorganized.
Yes.
Never heard of anybody who worked on an upside down desk.
He did seem a bit eccentric.
I'd like to immediately look and see if there was actually a sign of a struggle or if this just looked like it was ransacked.
Perception, please.
Same.
I'll give everyone the perception. That's fine.
19.
My eyes jammed again. Again.
21.
I don't.
Oh, me too. Me too.
It's spreading. It's spreading.
Brawl
Okay, now I have a
eyes
virus.
somehow got stuck together, and they both share the same super conjunctivitis. That's great.
Must be
Seeker
some
really
sort of
can't seek
virus.
anything
It's going.
ever.
Yeah.
I don't under you did you hack roll 20 to just roll ones?
I guess
I
so.
don't know.
All right, so
you guys should check your macros and see if you typed something wrong.
let's
No,
go
I
with the
used
right
the normal
math.
roll.
Would you like me to try it again?
No, please. So Seeker's eyes make that weird sound again, like
There's
yeah,
a
little
visible
bit of a
spark that comes
yeah.
from them. Yeah.
And literally from the spark, ooh, pretty. And Brawl is just like,
No, I'm trying to get my Doshko through the door.
oh, yo, you get stuck in the door. Even better. You know what? You don't even the giant
Light.
Doshko does not fit. You actually like clothesline yourself a little bit on entry. I like it. Meanwhile, Ryan 0, I will say, get the most notification. Miller, you get some basic info, but for the big stuff I'll give you guys is it definitely does not look like there's no blood. There doesn't seem to be any gun residue, like no kinetic weapons are fired. There's no energy scorches from energy weapons. It looks like the office was ransacked while it was vacant. Yeah. In terms of, let's see, any other specific information, I will say it also looks like out of all the information there, like all the torn up files and the desk, it looks like nothing important has been left. And also by the kind of frantic nature of the searching, you also think C probably knew the search was coming and took the stuff before they got there.
Well, that was my idea.
Is there anything, any other shops nearby?
There's a psychic down the hall.
All right, yeah, let's go. Let's
say.
So I'm sure whatever got here made a lot of noise. Let's see if we can go investigate and see what happened. Maybe we get some clues.
Oh, great. Psychics.
Hey, at least they're real.
They're what?
All right, you guys go down to the hall to the door. It reads. It reads. Oh God, I don't even. I should have a name generator for this. I really don't actually have a name for this person.
Arbitrarious?
No, it's going to. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. I do have. I actually pre-gened a whole bunch of names in my NPC. It's okay.
What's the antimatter?
No. Oh my God, you do not have something named that.
I do.
The name of the shop is the Majestic Dorsey Waring.
I love that name.
Oh, gosh.
The
a
what?
great name.
What?
Loring?
That's what I heard.
Waring. Waring.
Oh, okay. I heard Loring, and I was really
That's what I
concerned.
heard.
I thought we were going to have a Chris Doring again.
No one knows that reference.
You right?
Got it.
No, it's fine. Okay. What do you guys do when you encounter this door?
I try to figure out the puzzle that is the door.
It is a
Just
pretty
looks
standard
weird.
door. It looks like it's made of
Not-
synthetic wood. It's definitely not wood, but synthetic wood to look like wood. It's metal of some sort.
I figured out the
I was gonna
puzzle.
say, knock on it.
And a voice calls in, "Enter."
Open the door and walk in.
When you walk in, it's an office space, probably a little bit smaller than C's was. And it is there's like a small area to the back of the room where there's draped off like with like we'll say piping and then the actual like drapes. Before the drapes is a dude wearing like if you could find a more stereotypical technomancer outfit, he would have been like he's trying to buy it now. He's got like all the like the gewgaws and like the heavy robes, and he like his hair is like slicked back. He's trying. He doesn't look so much like a psychic as if like he's trying to join the Matrix. However, everything else about the room feels like a standard mystic style, where like there's an orb set on a table, super stereotypical. Like he read this in a magazine and he copied it as much as he could. The walls are velvety blue, and the more synthetic looking wood, but clearly metal. Tables and a chair for. There's only one chair set across from him, but he does have space enough for you guys kind of wait in the behind the chair as if it's like a mini lobby. But it's all done in like a single office space.
Wow, I absolutely love what you've done with the place. It's so nice in here. And those are some really nice clothes.
I would like to open up the wall between here and the back room. Go for more of an open concept.
We're not interior decorators, guys.
Yes, but it's beautiful. Do you not see?
I mean, it's definitely a room, a bit spacious, but yeah. What's
It's a human male, by the way. I don't think I made that clear.
Okay.
This is a rather lot of you seeking your fortune. Is there perhaps more of a one-on-one situation we could arrange?
Sorry, buddy, I don't swing that way. Instead, I have a question for you. Down the hall, there was a guy, detective.
They were Vask. I don't care. He was weird. They were weird. Please leave.
Quick question.
Very quick. You're eating into my time.
There's a relatively well-known up-and-coming actor, an industrial one or two, whichever one's better.
I think Industrial One. We're gonna say Industrial One.
Sure. Named
It wasn't too far from this very office that you're standing in.
Sure. Named Rai Oren. And what do the stars say about his upcoming performances?
Oh, that was weird.
Are you wearing pants? Never mind. I don't care.
Excuse me.
I saw a lot of knee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm wearing...
No, I don't. I really don't.
Shorts.
I don't care. Not an important topic for discussion.
Lots and lots of hair. Just stop.
It's my knee.
He gets into like a little bit more of his posture, resumes, and he says, Hmm. You know, I get some feeling there. I see big name in lights. No one quite knows how to pronounce it. It sounds like rice, but poorly spoken. But you know what? It's fading a little bit. It's fading. It's fading a little bit, and he makes a very clear motion for like put money in his palm.
I place my hand on his palm.
The vision has faded.
Miller comes up behind Ryan and says, "You tried, buddy. It's all right.
I turn around and
Even
as
the
I walk
brightest
away,
stars burn out someday."
as I'm walking away, this guy ain't nothing. He ain't nothing. He ain't good. He ain't good.
So, so what happened?
Listen, like I told the last folks, there was a big burly Vesk. I made the mistake of looking out my window. He was wearing white armor, looked like a fool. Let's be honest. Seriously, plain white this day and age, like and in any kind of soldier motif. How do you get the blood out? I mean, there's no logical consistency there. I don't. It's like he
That's
watched
a very
as many
good point.
bad old
Should be
movies
red.
as he could. Red would make a lot of sense and would give much better. Like just the aura would be better.
Was
Not
this
everyone
vest
Well,
sees
carry?
red,
Actually, what color blood
android.
do Vesk have? Because it might be blue.
Was
That's
this vest
Good point.
carrying that weapon? And I point to Brawl.
Brawl, you are now a weapon.
No, but he's carrying the what is it? The
Oh, it's been a
Doshko?
weapon.
No. I actually didn't see. I didn't see any weapons. If I did, I would have ducked back in my area way faster than I did. All I did was see this big burly Vesk bash open the door, rip up the place, and leave. I don't even think he took anything.
And you said the
I-
last people who asked. Who else asked?
Yeah, station security was up in my
Oh.
business, and you
Oh,
know
of
how
course.
awful that is.
I probably could have taken him.
I actively watched you walk into the door.
Uh,
mean- I mean, I saw it in my.
I don't think I would have used this. Would have used these.
Really not for me to say unless you'd like me to read your future.
I'm good.
Well, do you know what happened with
Ask him about me.
with C? Did he leave? Did he have the foresight to leave beforehand, or?
I don't want to talk about it. You know what? Go talk to station security. No, I got nothing for you.
Now,
I
from one, I respect your art. From one artist to another, do you happen to have any sort of divination powers?
Yes.
It might help us find C.
Yes, I do.
Sense motive. Sense motive.
I'll give Rye a sense motive, sure.
All right. This is
Story of a girl.
/roll 1d20. Up. You know
Oh.
what?
Wow.
It's
That's incredible.
It's that. Plus
So many ones.
That's
Plus
another one.
4, so 5 plus.
You guys are so glad we didn't do combat tonight because you would be all dead. Literally, you
Yep.
would have party killed.
Dustin's like, hey, you guys should start drawing up those secondary characters. No reason. Might have changed the rules in roll 20.
So
Yeah.
in total, my roll is a 10.
Oh, actually, a 10 will get it to you. Yeah, this guy's greedy AF, and he's looking to make a buck. And you guys dangle something in front of him that would allow him to give you more information and potentially make a buck.
Do I sense he's being honest though?
I'm not giving you that. You have no idea. You know he's looking to make a buck.
Okay.
You rolled a 1. Get off my back.
That's fine. I gotta ask the questions. I I have a slight distrust of him, at least, because I can sense him just wanting money mostly. And also, he withheld my fortune from me.
Because you wanted
Um,
money.
Because you didn't give him money.
Mr. Handsome Technomancer Android.
oh, I thought he was talking to me.
For a measly, he looks you up and down, 20 credits, I could very easily recall any information the spirits allow me to about your very good friend, Mr. C.
Let's see. How much money do I have? Oh, I got plenty.
Hold on, I lean over. He thinks he's our very good friend.
Wait, he's a really good friend?
Well, I mean, I only
Never
ever met him
mentioned
once,
that.
but I'd say he was a really nice guy.
Oh,
You've
You
only
do
met
with your
me
money.
once, and we're friends, are we not?
That's very true. Ah,
I
yes,
think
well,
I
here
think
you go.
maybe. Oh, he's like okay. He
I
actually
look
holds
at
out like a little
Zero.
cred stick reader, and you just kind of wave your cred stick over it, and it deposits 20 credits. Please mark that off of your sheet.
Yep.
And he says, "Yes, I'm seeing that C departed maybe a half hour prior to the Vesk's arrival, and he was carrying. Hold on. Oh, it's blurry. I think
So I know that
5 more credits would help me
I know
pierce the veil.
Reich is very judgmental. I am
Veil.
definitely going to
The
lean over
veil.
and whisper to him, do not take him as the race standard for us.
I lean over and I put a hand on the shoulder and I go, "Thank you for the clarification."
I mean,
Yeah,
what was that?
he needs 5 more credits to pierce the veil, which he did in character mistakenly say veal.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna try an intimidation check. All right. So
Here it goes.
How are you intimidating him or attempting? This could be interesting.
so
Don't roll a 1.
and I place a hand on his shoulder.
On the Technomancer looking dude's shoulder?
On the fortune teller.
Yeah. The guy he's dressed up like not even like he's dressed up like a Technomancer. Like it's a very specific, like sci-fi, futuristic robed garb. As your hand comes down, he kind of shies away from it in such a way that like he actually does like a little juke and spins in his chair, which is revealed to be an office chair and wheeled. He does not allow you to touch him unless you make a reflex check.
I don't have much reflex, but I'll try. 11.
And that's your bonus. He does manage to narrowly avoid you, but I will say, you do pass it off, and you kind of put your hand on the table gently, like that's what you're going for the whole time. Did
Yep.
not just get juked. But he does
So-
spin around now a couple feet away from you and looks at you.
So I say, "So you've noticed people coming next door?" "Yes." "Big, scary people?" "Yes." "And more people coming here looking for answers?" "Yes." "And a lot of weird things going on?" "Yes." "Perhaps there's a lot of people looking for information, and it might be best for everybody in this room?" "Yes. If we get that information." "Yes."
Roll for intimidate.
Oh yes, I mean Brawl did get that straight from one of the big vest guys that you were talking about.
So you
we
get
killed
a
him.
roll for help another secret.
Yeah, you can
I
roll.
can't really help you here.
Well, are you
Because
trained
the
in
16 the
intimidate?
16 is enough, but I would have considered that helping another.
Okay.
So he says, he mimics you as best he can. Yes. Listen, he left with a briefcase full of stuff. I don't think he's coming back, and I don't think they got anything they wanted. Station security seemed more interested in C than the Vesk as well.
What was GM? Can you repeat the what security? What?
Station security was more
Mhm.
interested in C than
Than
they
the
were
Vesk.
in the Vesk.
Okay.
So you can't actually help us find him? Aren't you a psychic?
It's all about the business.
Pierce that
Yeah.
veil. For
You're done.
20
I'm gonna use
No.
detect magic. I'm gonna use detect magic
Yeah,
in his
go for
room.
it.
So hold on.
I don't even think there's a roll for that. You just detect magic, right?
Well, there might be a
His name is
roll for it.
Pathfinder.
Huh? Pathfinder, you had to do an Arcana check and what's it called. So let me just make sure, really quick. Magic and spells.
Very quickly.
Yep, I'm going. D for detect magic, detect
think
affliction,
Patrick's
detect
face
magic.
just
There it
broke.
is.
Yeah, I dropped my phone.
Okay, so 60-foot cone shape. You detect all magic spells, effects, items, and objects, including those on or affecting creatures you can see, as well as hybrid items in the area. You can't detect magical traps in this way, as they are created with additional magic that wards them from common spell. Each round you concentrate on the same area. You can determine one magic source if you detect
Is
it
there
from
a
spell.
roll?
So there's no rolls.
There's no magic in the room.
There's no magic in them.
No.
I don't detect any magic in here at all.
Because I work.
Are you sure that you are really
I work with
an artist like me?
spirits. They work in mysterious ways, Mr. Handsome Technomancer Android.
Again, I'm not a technomancer android.
Now, if you guys would please leave, you're disturbing my peace of mind, the spirits, and my future business.
Can I have my 20 credits back? You
Absolutely.
didn't help us at all.
That is not true whatsoever. Oh, the spirits are calling. I will. Oh, I'm fading. He slides his chair back past the off area, and he like swishes it, and like he goes into it. And he's gonna fight it back a little bit, and then he curls it around himself. He's now in which is maybe at most 5 feet of space behind that and the wall.
Do I see any trinkets on the desk? Anything like a coffee mug or
Just a crystal
stationery?
orb.
Okay, I pick up the crystal orb.
It's
I
glued to
hand
the table, and it's plastic.
anything else in the room.
Chairs.
I take up a chair. I hand it to Seeker and I say, "Here you go. It's a souvenir."
Okay, as we're leaving, I use a psychokinetic hand to open up the curtains so they can see us, and then I point and I pick up some pens or something that's on his desk, and I dump them out. Like if he has one of those cup holders with pens, I just dump them. I'm like, flip them off.
Maybe he had an incense container on a shelf as you're walking out. I'll give you that, maybe, and you dump the incense out.
Sounds
And
good.
lock eyes with him. All
And
right.
also the chair.
So he knows I'm doing that with my mind.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
And
He's-
Miller is the last one out of the shop. He just kind of turns and says, "Hey, I see what you're doing here. If you need help, hit me up. I could always use the extra money."
You're a mechanic?
I am.
Yeah, give me your deets.
All right.
He pings his personal comm device, which he keeps in the back, and
Can I get a name again, please?
Dorsey Waring. All right, where are you guys heading now that C seems to be at least a little bit of a dead end?
We should probably exterminate some vermin.
Especially since that seems to be also another way to get parts for the ship.
Yeah.
I
Although-
will say, could I have everyone roll a perception check? I should have had you do this while you guys are walking through. I was not thinking.
Well, I can't roll.
I got another nat one.
Seriously,
That's free for me tonight.
You're like the new Patrick.
If you
But
get
the
another
old
nat
Patrick.
1 on perception, you're going permanently blind in one eye. You're gonna have to wear an eye patch or get corrective surgery. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Cut it out.
I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
That was really disappointing.
Hit the button again and see if you get another nat one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it for an actual roll if we make it that far.
Rye, you did notice. You know what? And Miller, that's a 12 from you.
Yeah.
It was actually, and we had DC 11. 11. Sorry, an 11 for
I heard a bunch of garbledy coming through, so I missed whatever the first statement was.
It wasn't anything good.
Okay.
The guys who rolled above, it was a DC 10. You did notice a job posting board.
No, I didn't.
I take a lookie.
The job posting board is where local jobs are posted that probably don't hit the infosphere because people are looking for more immediate assistance or assistance they want specifically on a local front. They don't necessarily want system security involved. They don't necessarily want Starfinders involved. They tend to get muckety-muck into things. Other jobs, bigger
System
jobs,
security
on
sounds like my kind of job.
gets posted on the infosphere, which is like the internet. I've named it awful things like the fully automated kinetic knowledge environment. But you guys can get jobs from there as a more like bigger scope thing. But for local things, you'll need to find job boards, and when you connect it with Rex's D stick, as he calls it,
Give it the D.
you'll be able to get like from that one local news. You'll never have to go to that local area again. The news will just be auto-populated to him.
So you're saying his D gets RSS feed?
Yeah, that's actually exactly what it is. So you guys do notice that there are a number of jobs. They're all in the same format of the vermin extermination. I just did not make them because I'm lazy. And where do I have those? You guys do see that there are jobs dedicated to. Let's see. There is a bounty out on a. It's just called a bounty on the quote Mad Bomber unquote, and it's located in Industrial Dome 1, which is where you guys are currently, and it is the who is by we'll call it Central Processing, which is the structure at the center of the dome. There's also some jobs that are more relevant to you guys once you have a functioning ship. The vermin extermination job is on here again. And there is a general posting for Starfinders wanted. There's no location given for that last one.
I hope that mad bomber isn't about me.
Why would it?
I just look at him.
Have you been bombing things? While angry?
No, I just...
Oh, you did! You did!
Right, were those the first people you've ever killed?
Probably, yeah.
How do you does Rye have any like feelings about that, or are they still kind of be pushed out from the adrenaline?
I find it unreasonable that the box could not maintain its structural integrity.
He's used to working with better props.
Generally created by Seeker, so I'll allow it. All right, just there's the job posting. I want you guys to have it. If you guys need more questions, I can extrapolate on those. But
It's just the bounty, the vermin extermination, and the Starfinder Society.
those are the jobs that are kind of not listed in space. The other ones do require some sort of space transport.
Gotcha.
I think vermin sounds easier and less dangerous, and considering I am a colossal scaredy cat for things that could scar my beautiful, beautiful face, I think that we ought to go with that one. Unless anyone has any...
So before we go taking jobs, we should probably figure out what we actually need to do for the ship.
get
Like
money.
what parts we need.
Yeah, we need to find someone to repair it. We still got to get a quote.
Reminder, your GM has made the vermin extermination job conveniently at a place called the Starship Graveyard from a
I
contact.
didn't write that down. It's not on the.
It's on the.
It's on there. Oh,
It is.
look at that.
Also, this is the one that your Sheeran friend
Yeah, that's right.
Gilly directed you to.
Who's friends with Ed Sheeran?
That joke is well over. In fact, Nick, please wipe that out. I don't want that on our channel.
Yeah,
you-
we don't want to be the next Game of Thrones. Sorry.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-da.
Oh no, we would definitely not want to be that. Be terrible.
I mean, all press is good press, right?
Just keep moving along. I do not like this train of thought. What are you guys doing?
Let's go to the stash ship graveyard then.
I agree. Starship Graveyard.
So you guys are trekking back to, despite this being misposted, Industrial Dome 2.
Wait, we're going back again?
Yeah.
God, I hate you.
Still a
So
little worried about C.
yeah, I mean, you guys were only directed to. You know that station security is also looking for him. That's if you want to pursue that, you could try.
Well, we don't have anything to go on. Do I know any underground contacts?
Give me a culture check in terms of like station security contacts. Maybe there's some that are. I mean, you guys haven't really looked into them at all. Your knowledge about them is pretty basic. Station security. They're not the friendliest folks.
17.
You're aware that station security down in the lower levels is very ham-fisted. These are where the people go that fail any sort of sensitivity training. These are the people that get sent down that really are looking for more action on Pyramid Station Alpha. These are where the townies wind up after joining the force. So in terms of like reputable source among them, not really.
Okay.
In fact, you would probably advise, despite being like in general on the up and up with your career choices, you probably still wouldn't recommend getting overly involved with them if you don't have to. At least not here. You've heard in the upper level, station security actually functions more like a reasonable peacekeeping force.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I'm interested in what happened to C, but I don't know the guy. He didn't offer me money.
He did.
No, he did not.
He didn't?
He did
I don't
not.
remember, so I'll let Rye's memory stand.
So out of character, here's what happened. We had that first session where we were trying to develop a rapport between Seeker and Rye. We got to this guy named C. I went into it thinking that he thought I was guilty because he wanted to ask about the incident, so I immediately went into full-on denial. I spoke like a 1930s gangster, and then randomly there was a crash, and out of nowhere he was just like, hey, do me a favor, go investigate that. And Seeker ran off, and I was like, well, I got no reason to. So forward momentum, okay. So I don't really have anything. I just went because we needed to move forward in the story. So no, I have no.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't
things
offer us
happening.
money, but I mean, I think one of the things that I was interested in, I think, bringing it up was interesting, is that he was investigating the incident aboard the whatever it was called, the
Infinitum.
Yeah,
I
Infinitum.
don't
Wow, I
disagree.
remembered it.
I don't disagree, but do we have any way of getting any?
But at the moment, yeah, you're right. We don't have anything to go on right now because the psychic was a bust.
The psychic was a bust. He just said that the big scary people game, the Vesk, which was not security, but security didn't care about the Vesk either.
If he's able to hide, he found you once, so he'd probably be able to find you or send stuff again.
Not an unreasonable thought.
All right.
And well, anyways, about the
Except this
about the
is Dustin, so it's
job.
probably dead.
About the job, Seeker would probably say something along the lines of, well, I'm fine with going on that job, but at the same time, this Starfinder thing seems like it would have more than one job for us. Maybe a steady amount of jobs.
We still need to find someone who will repair a ship.
That's true as well. Wait, I thought we already had some of those repairing
No,
the
this
ship.
is-
Nope.
This is why we're going to the.
That's been this whole
Oh,
episode
okay.
so far.
Justin, let's go to this thing and kill some vermin, and so we
Yeah.
can get
I
parts.
know,
and-
but hey, I just want to say because that's what
Forward
my
momentum.
character would say.
Well, with the way we
I
roll,
know.
let the vermin kill us.
I mean, if you guys have something else you'd like to do and pursue outside of any of this, all you gotta do is say it.
All right, let's go to the stash at graveyard, guys.
Sounds good to me. So as you guys make your way over there,
Oh, we still have coffee.
no problem. You guys get through Industrial Dome 2. You guys have probably spent about a half a day wandering between the domes and looking into things. And
When
as,
we head back to Dome 2, can I look and see if half-orcs people like are more interested in
Alert.
us this time around?
well, you guys aren't going back towards the docks, which is where they
Okay,
were located.
But
You wanna
doesn't
make
he
a
have like
perception check.
control over the whole dome?
No, he's like a little mini gangster. He's definitely got a heavy presence, but he's not even the only gang in Industrial 2.
Okay.
If you guys want to make a perception check, go for it.
Doing it. Eyes jamming again. Oh, wow, I got 2 6s in a
Okay.
row.
I would be cautious
Jeez.
here, considering that I did
17.
make a deal with him. So, okay, guys.
Let's see it, Brawl. Do you go blind?
That's 20!
Wow.
Oh, it pays off. Although it would have been cool to have an eye patch.
Yeah, it would have been cool. I mean, you could. We did have a character wear an eye patch, I think, for a while, so it's fine. Brawl, with your high roll, looks like no one else broke 20. You notice that there are actually some more gang-related folks around, but they're not just from Half Orcs gang. You're just noting a lot of the seedier elements seem to be a little bit more present as you're getting towards midday. It's not even late at night or anything like that. Excuse me. It's as you can see more elements of seedier folks than usual, and they're noticed like hanging out at corners or walking in larger groups down streets. Nothing exciting is happening yet, but definitely something you pick up on. They're not being obvious, which is, I guess, probably why it stands out to you.
Okay. Just gonna say. Oh, it seems like not much has changed. Nobody's really alert. So I guess we're good.
Yeah, I'll say, like, to the group, you point out a couple of guys you know to be bruisers, maybe. Like, maybe you've gotten into a couple of fistfights with them for like, I don't know, recreational boxing. But you know that they work for maybe a couple of the other gangs. So you are noticing some presence of members from specifically other units other than Half Orcs.
I don't see any of Half Orc's guys.
All right, then we're good. Yeah, let's go see if we can find Nachi.
All right. Starship Graveyard is located not particularly close to the docks. I'd say it's probably closer to the center of the dome. It's got a decent reputation. They do pretty solid work. They're used to working on kind of jalopy, put together, really customized ships, I guess we'll say, that are sometimes look like they're held together by duct tape and prayers. That being said, they've got a good reputation with working with kind of such bottom tier materials that you can at least rely on them. You guys don't have any concerns about their value or their work. I won't say I don't think any of you guys would have worked with Archie in particular. So when you guys enter the shop, you are greeted by and inside the shop. It's just got a lot of parts. There's a like just junk all over the place. In the back of the building, there is like a desk. In between them, there's aisles of like small ship pieces for starships, for hover vehicles, for all sorts of things that you would need these little kind of junk parts for. And behind the desk, there's a door that goes into like the kind of greater little junkyard area they have back there, where they keep maybe some of the bigger ship parts. Manning the desk, as soon as I find that Excel file up, is I do not have the race. It is. Let's see. What race haven't I used yet? No, we did gnomes. We'll give you know what? We'll give a halfling a shot. They still have halflings, right? That was a thing.
Yep, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, skip half beat.
Oh God, skip half beat. Right. So we'll.
That's right, Karshk.
It's a stop it. It's a halfling like standing on like a step stool behind the desk, and he's in like kind of grungy engineer clothes that were not made for a halfling. They're much bigger. They're very baggy. He's got them bunched up. Maybe he's got some electrical tape around it to keep it like in place. And he's like, "Hey, Hey, welcome to the Starship Graveyard. Name's Vosik. What can I do for you?
Hey, Vasek, we're looking for to hire your crew for to take a look at our ship. We need it repaired. We're looking first for a quote, and then also we've heard about this vermin extermination. Looking for a little tit for tat type of deal.
I don't really know what you're talking about, vermin extermination, but I could send some guys out to take a look at your ship, kind of maybe check out the nanowave charm value you guys got going, and see if I can't get you a
Oh
quote.
yeah, the nanowave is going to need a lot of work. That and the hyperdrive manifold. I've rebuilt a good couple in my past, but I'd like a crew to help me out. We want this thing in tip-top shape. But do you know where we can find Archie?
Ah, shucks, guy. Archie, he kind of went out for milk and dreamer sticks, and I don't think he's coming back. Yeah, he left the shop to me, and he kind of perks up his little engineer's outfit. Um, Vosix. I think I'm gonna rename it Vosix Ships and Stuff.
I like
Sensing
it.
motive.
Sure.
He does want to rename it.
23 plus roll 1d6. 27.
You're pretty sure he's not being entirely truthful with you. He definitely, his motive seems to be to lie.
I I slowly walk up and I say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. What's the name of the owner again? I'm sorry.
Archie.
Bosick.
No, well, the owner's Archie. This guy's Vosik.
Okay, so Archie. I'm actually quite familiar with Archie. He's you'd be surprised, but he appreciates the arts. Well, I know he very much appreciates this business, and I just find it so strange that he would up and just give it to, what was your name again?
Vosik.
Vasek, yes. What's your relationship to Archie?
Before he answers that, could you roll a bluff check in terms of your relationship with Archie?
Well, I didn't say I had a relationship. I just.
Oh,
But yes,
okay.
that is fair though, because I was making that up on the spot. 1d20 + 8. 27.
Sorry, his eyes jammed. He's like, all right. So you knew Archie. Please continue. Yeah, love the arts. The guy was a big art fanatic. All things artsy. That was Archie.
Sounds like a
Artsy
fun
Archie.
guy.
That's what we called him.
What happened to Archie?
Like I said, he kind of left the shop. He just told me to tend it for a while. I wasn't really planning on moving in, although I do say the uniform suits me.
You know when he's coming back?
I take a look at the uniform. Does it have a name tag on it?
Yeah, it's Archie.
Okay.
I don't think Archie's coming back. I think he up and left. I think, you know what? Maybe that explosion, the big ship in the kaboom. I think it shook him. He didn't want to deal with no ships where he couldn't trust the
I
Muon.
would like to sense motive against him as well at
Go
this
for it.
point.
Simultaneously, I communicate to my guys with the
telekinesis. Yeah, I got you.
individually. This guy's full of shit, and Archie's probably in trouble.
For the record,
worry
you are
about it
able to
for
have
me.
a conversation telepathically with multiple people. It's just as confusing as talking to multiple people at once.
Oh, okay. Well, since if the channels are
Is
clear,
that, I think works both ways. Like, can you just open up a channel and then we can telepathically communicate?
so I don't know.
Try.
So right, okay.
So
Although I also have
I
telepathy.
I state that I say, no one show any signs, but this guy is not here on an official capacity. Archie's
Brawl chips back with, "No, I'm pretty sure I was on the up and up." Garbage.
Not rolling well tonight.
What does this guy look like again?
So he's we'll say that he is he's a halfling. He's
Halfling.
got pretty clean skin, maybe with a little bit of grease like actually like put on his face, like you'd recognize maybe like makeup as opposed to actual work. And his hair is like a little bit kind of like wild. It's light brown. He looks thin, kind of your standard halfling in terms of build.
So not intimidating.
I wouldn't say that you'd get that initial opinion of him. No, definitely
Okay.
not.
Telepathically, I said, should we draw our guns on him?
Don't draw them, but get them ready. Or be
Secret
ready.
draws is gonna.
Brawl says, "I don't have a gun."
Out loud?
No.
No,
No.
out
No,
loud?
no, it was not out loud.
Okay.
None of us.
As much as I would like it to be out loud, it's not.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think I can hear. I don't think any of us can hear each other. Just
Correct.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I'm going to.
I do
I'm
got
gonna-
this.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna utilize. I'm gonna attempt diplomacy.
Okay.
Listen here. One more time, the name.
Vosic. God.
Vosic. So, you're not very convincing. I am an actor. You are not. I know that.
I'm a engineer. I build things.
You're also kind of slow. So let me try to spell this out for you. I am aware that Archie did not give you the run of this place. And that could be problematic for you. My suggestion is that you tell us where Archie is and be honest. And maybe this doesn't end poorly for you. I'm guessing that's more intimidation than diplomacy.
Yeah, you've intimidated him. Roll for it.
All right.
We could always bring up station security. Would probably be pretty interesting.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to try to be diplomatic and say, and we won't tell station security. But I said what I said accidentally.
You went off the track there.
And I rolled a nat 20.
That's
All
what, a
right.
28 from you?
The guy is like, you know what? You're right. I'm a terrible actor. I tried as a kid. I could never really, I just couldn't swing it. Not really much of a good engineer either. But you know what I am good at? Pushing buttons. And he slaps underneath the desk. And the shelves pop open with different various shapes of security robots and drones that were clearly in place before Vosuk took over. And they're all looking menacingly at the guys behind the counter on the opposite side, a.k.a. you. And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
I knew we should have drawn our guns.
Still can.
I don't have a gun.
I don't need one.
Alrighty, guys, before we debrief and go down into the after party, which we will be streaming after as like a little breakout chat with viewers and any questions you guys want to ask then, does the party have anything they want to discuss, talk about, or whatnot before we get
We
there?
still got to
Wait,
come up
so
with
you're
an
telling
actual
me
usable ship.
My nat
That's true.
20, my 28 intimidate didn't scare him and put us in jeopardy?
Oh, it scared the crap out of him, and his knee-jerk reaction was to activate the defenses. See,
All right, that's fair.
diplomacy, intimidate, bluff are not mind control. You've successfully intimidated the crap out of this guy. He's going to cower during combat while the droids pick you apart.
How many of them are there?
I'm going to figure that out when I create the actual encounter. And it's good. I need to figure out what the challenge rating is going to be. So I don't know. In the
Three.
midst of
Three
the
sounds good.
junk, a number of them pop up, and I will tell you later. Hopefully, the Alien Archive, we can get that PDF drop, because I guess they are dropping that off early for subscribers, which would be great. I might be able to pull something from there for it.
All right, I think that's going to do it then.
Cool.
All right. If If you guys got nothing else, I want to remind all of our viewers to never split the party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Patrick.
Yeah, Pat.
Yeah,
didn't.
Pat.
I didn't.
You almost did. You almost
You
did.
tried to.
We are
Contemplated
officially done with the episode. We're going to the after party, which happens right
Welcome to
now.
Never Split the After Party.
Stop recording. Stop
I don't
recording.
care about the recording. You can
Yes,
keep it or not.
You want me to
It
stop
don't matter.
recording?
It'd make my life easier.
Cool.